Hi Aquarius, this is your general tarot reading for Aquarius, Sun, Moon and Ascendant or Rising sign for the month of September, Aquarius. Let's do as we always do here. We'll shuffle the cards and wait on all the right ones to come out for you, my love. And in the meantime, let's talk about the energies, yes, that you might be feeling through the month of September. So we begin with the big full moon that happened at the end of August. And the effect is still felt as we go in through September. That was the big Pisces moon that happened for you in your second house. I mean, a lot's been going on since that big lunar eclipse that's been happening, because I do know you felt it. We talked about this. But now it seems that you're going through this great period, Aquarius, of taking what was once rock solid or crystallized in your life and allowing it some way to both dissolve and then ultimately transform. Yeah. Now that's something that would terrify anybody usually, saying, what's rock solid? Our money is rock solid. Our career is rock solid. Our relationships are rock solid, hopefully. Things that are just set in stone somehow in our life that we draw great energy from. You now see a lot of those things slowly dissolving. And sure, I mean, at the beginning, that felt like, oh my God, everything's falling apart. What the hell? Yeah. But now you understand this month, my love. Yeah, everything is falling apart because, as the TV adverts will say, everything's gotta go. Yeah, everything's gotta go. God, that just reminds me of those, you know, those furniture shops that always seem to have sales on or things like that. How do they do that, where every advert is everything must go? Maybe the first thing that must go is those constant adverts telling us that everything must go. Anyway, whatever has been rock solid in your life, you're now seeing go. And as I said, it is a moment where you begin to really understand the power of that transformation, where it no longer feels like a crisis, alert, as we said last month, emergency. Now you're understanding, like last month, the idea that this is not a crisis or an emergency, but an emergence. So, yeah, that's what's going on. So the sun, or before I move into that, the moon, there could have been, let's not forget this, there could have been a moment, Aquarius, as we leave August and go a little bit into September, where there is just such a high, emotionally draining, high emotional attachment to financial issues, to money issues. Okay, I'm changing, everything's dissolving, but okay, what do I do for money? How do I pay for this stuff? Why did it have to be with money? Could it not have been with some other stupid crap? I could have dealt with that, but why money? Yeah. But you get it this month, you get it. You understand why this all has to transform. The fear and the stress and the emotional attachment to things financial, they're leaving, and they're leaving in order for you to wipe the slate clean so that you can transform, which is what your soul wants, the sun in the 8th house, to completely and radically transform, to bring in more money, bigger money perhaps, to maybe not be so emotionally attached to things, to your finances, to status symbols. I know traditionally people say Aquarius isn't very overly attached to status symbols, but you do get very attached to money no matter what sign you are, and you get particularly attached to it when you see it leaving. So just know that the stresses around the money situation, they are dissolving too, okay? Now what you could be putting your time, effort and energy into from now is something different. Two things. You're really taking it seriously now, this business about long-range money. You don't just want some job that pays you that every week or every month you get a salary. I mean, that's not cutting it for you anymore. You're prepared to be a bit braver. You're prepared to take risks now to do something perhaps creative, to do something that comes from a very deep place in you that yearns to express something profound and make money from it. So, like I said, you're prepared to stand on those rocky shores in order to, I don't know, climb past this and see a future where you're doing something much deeper, much less superficial and more meaningful in your world. Look, some of you could really start looking into very deep and esoteric subjects, the mysteries of this world, how the world works, also the mysteries of how money works in this world. Maybe you're going deeper into, look, how can I invest? How can I make my money really, really work for me? And so you want to get through the kind of cloudiness and smokiness about how to get rich. Yeah, you're prepared to look into this. Some of you could become very interested in some deep research, really going beneath the surface and finding out truth, finding out more, maybe some research, deep investigation. Who knows, maybe you'll change your career and want to become a private investigator. I don't know. But certainly, deep things are on your mind this month. Old conversation is turning to deep and taboo subjects, Aquarius. Things that aren't usually spoken about in polite conversation. Your conversation turns to that. Yeah, and you want to know more. You're fascinated. You're like, you're like a kitten at Christmas looking up at all the little baubles and lights, and you're hating them because the deeper subjects are now just totally entrancing you. Is that a word, entrancing? Just when I said it, it sounds all wrong. Maybe it is a word, I don't know. Maybe, Aquarius, now that you're looking deeper into things, you might be able to tell me. So there is this huge energy and effort going into deeper subject matters, not looking at anything. Scorpionic card, 8th house card, death. Looking into subjects of death too. Yeah, death, life, birth, the meaning of all of the above. Yeah, anytime we go through big changes in our lives, we do tend to look towards those big questions, and we do tend to look for bigger answers. So that seems to be the energy. Your mind seems to be on those big questions, mysterious things, and looking for very, very, very big answers. So the good energy that's happening here too, September 6th, Saturn goes direct, and at the very end of the month, Pluto goes direct in your 12th house. So again, these deep taboo subjects that you're focused on, things that come from very hidden places, you are definitely Captain Mysterio this month, really are. You're going into the depths, maybe exploring psychology, maybe trying to just understand. There's an element of this month, never taking anything at face value, wanting to go deeper, wanting to know more with people, with situations, with things, with your partners, with all things. It's let's dig deeper. Yeah. And let's uncover things. So there is that thing. Now the 12th house is where things get lost. So what you might find this month, Aquarius, is that all those feelings you've been having recently about feeling absolutely lost. What the hell am I doing in my life? Where am I going? Where's the future gone? Actually, where's the past gone? Where's my present gone? Where's my cup of coffee gone? Where's it gone? You'll be asking those questions. Where is it? Where's it all gone? And the answer seems to be that they're just gone, and let them go. The things that have passed from your life, it's time to let them go. The things that where you've put too much focus on having everything just right, it's time to let that go too. And you're getting far better at letting it go. And also, Aquarius, you're getting far better at dreaming of your possibilities for the future. 12th house is boundless, no boundaries. It's the potential of anything and everything. And you're now really mastering how to swim in that. I cough, I know I cough. Everybody's complaining about the cough. The problem is, and I'm trying to say this and explain this to everybody, I work, unfortunately, I spend a lot of time in air conditioning. It kills me. I can't cope with it. It doesn't suit me. I'm a nature girl. Stuck indoors does not suit me at all. And fake air does not work for me. I'm here with me, beside me is a humidifier to try to make it better, but I just have to come up with my way, like you, of letting all of the fakeness go, the fake air, the fake people, the things that are no good for you, the things that make you a little bit ill too. 12th house can be sometimes where there are mysterious illnesses that won't go away. So maybe there's an element here of you too, also just letting sometimes things that you've no control over, just letting them happen. So it's just a month where all these realizations come in for you, Aquarius, and it's very powerful. Let's not forget, 8th house is all about power. You do want more power in your life. And the reason you're coming to all these conclusions, Aquarius, is because you're saying, I will never be so vulnerable in my career again. I will never be so vulnerable in my family situation again, in my relationships again, in interactions, blah, blah, everything. I will never again be so vulnerable. I'm prepared to let go of a little in order to bring in a lot. And that's your transition. That's what you're understanding. You're manifesting new power this month and your mind is on it, baby. So we have September 6th, Mercury going into the 8th house again. The mind on deeper subjects, hidden things. September 9th, a new moon again in the 8th house. Yeah. And these taboo subjects are going to prove to be very important to you. Very important. Getting out of the superficial, baby, and digging deep. Now, there is another thing. For those of you in a relationship, a business partnership, some sort of working partnership, or a one-on-one between you and somebody else, there is an element maybe around September 9th where you have to, you don't have to do anything, where your energy is best used, let's say this, in helping your partner, in helping somebody that's very significant to you, somebody you work one-on-one with. Help them with something that they're doing. Help them to get on with their life. Maybe they're starting new projects. Maybe they're going through a bit of a crisis. Maybe they're panicking. And because you've been so focused on all the shit you have to deal with, you probably didn't notice that they're panicking. They're in a crisis. And they're probably not telling you because they know that you've gone through a little bit of a crisis, but they need you. They need you. Around the 9th of September, you'll be called upon to help in a crisis situation. And your mind, your energy right now this month is so geared up to really, really get into finding everything that this other person needs and helping them through something. So you know what? You're going to be the best friend or best partner that anybody could ever have this month, particularly around the 9th of September. Oh, that's gorgeous. I love that, Aquarius. I love that. Because you are a good friend. You love your friends. You love the people that you love, which actually aren't, you don't actually tend to have a lot of them, but your little group, when you love them, you love hard, baby. And when you're in that zone of helping, there's nobody like you. Nobody like you. Venus on September 9th moves into Scorpio, into your career house. Okay, this could be a good time for you to get very using some of this deep kind of psychological stuff, deep digging, deep energy, blah, 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 into your career, into watching what it is that you now desire from your career. Is the money you're making there worth it? Can you go deeper? Can you open it up? It's just all these questions, deep questions around your career that ask you, what is it that you really desire? Are you making the kind of money from your career that you really ought to be making, or are you selling yourself a bit short? Is this something that you see helping you and supporting you really in the long term? Or maybe it's time now to really focus on getting very serious about long range careers for the next 20 years, 30 years, whatever it is, using that time to build a bit of an empire. Yeah, you're getting all business tycoon on us this month, Aquarius. Now, beautiful, September 11th, Mars in Aquarius in the first house. Energy returns. You'll be glad to know you won't be just sitting on your sofa or sitting at your desk or whatever going, can somebody please give me some sort of intravenous shot here because I have no energy. I just can't move. Please help. But around September 11th, it just kicks off, baby. You are just pushing. And whatever it is, if you do have a project that you're pushing, you're just reignited. You've got your little rocket shoes going on there and you are moving fast and moving forward. So hopefully you've got something to channel this energy in by the September 11th. Otherwise, you could just, I don't know, spontaneously combust. Hopefully not. But do have a little plan together, because when September 11th comes, you want to be able to use this great dynamic energy into something useful, something that you can take with you. That little creative project that you maybe have pushed aside, bring it out, baby, and put all that energy into something worthwhile. Now, what else have we got going on? 12th of September, your career, home life, work-life, home-life balance might come into question again. Maybe there's a real desire for you to do something different within your career, and it might cause a little bit of problem at home. Maybe it's too far away, or you want to stay at home, you don't want to have to go to the big city, and there's just work-life, home-life questions going on there. But it's something you'll deal with. Again, September 12th, it's something within your career again that gets lost. Some of you are very happy by the 12th of September, perhaps to lose your career, your current career, in order to start again into something else. It seems that you're getting great pleasure from staying at home and from closing the door and saying to the people in your work world or in your career, saying bye forever. It's been nice knowing you, but bye. So it's interesting. Now, September 25th, we're working towards the big full moon in Aries in your third house. So towards the end of the month, you are going to get highly emotional about the communication, the toing and froing. Toing and froing with communication. Just be careful of your communication. It's wonderful to open up and communicate on a heart-to-heart level with somebody at this time. So that's a positive. On a negative, don't lose your reason, don't lose your temper towards the end of the month and say things that you may regret. So that's just something there. We're waiting on 2 cards, Aquarius. 18th of September, Mars and Uranus squaring off there. Perhaps some of the energy and enthusiasm you have around the 18th of September might really not be very harmonious with some family members or your home. Yeah, so just watch out for that. Watch out for that. September 23rd, Sun is going into your 9th house, so and Mercury's in there too. Could be a moment where you just suddenly realize, after all the work you've been doing, that finally you get the big picture. Finally you understand what's been happening since the lunar eclipse. Finally you get all the reasons why all this shit is happening to you, and you're ready to go with it. You're ready to let it happen. and you're ready to grow from it. Aquarius, one more shuffle, and then if you don't mind, I'm going to have to choose the cards for you, baby. Okay, here we go. Let's choose. Yes, the card of recovery and relaxation and quiet time and privacy, followed by parties, okay, and celebrations. Aquarius, let's do this thing. Finally, let's have the big overview. Yes. Now we open up with the card of justice, the card of karma, the card of seeing people getting what they deserve. Now, are we still on this subject, Aquarius? We're still seeing karma come back to people. And you know what might be very annoying at this time? What might be annoying is up until this moment, we spoke about this in depth last month, you're waiting. Well, you're not actually waiting, I don't know, for karma to return. And there's a weird period where it looks like karma is coming back for somebody. It looks like they're about to get the big slap in the head, and then it turns over and they end up doing really well, and you're like, was that it? Was that my big moment? The big moment where people are supposed to apologize to me? The big moment where I'm supposed to see the level field, the field being leveled off? Was that it? Was that the big kind of, you know, when you light a firework and it just goes poof and falls on the floor? Was that it? Well, it seems, as I said to you last month, Aquarius, there are layers and layers and layers to this situation when it comes to seeing justice come back. And you will have to be patient, baby. So the card is just reminding you of that it's not just what you've seen so far in some situation. It's not over yet. So don't panic, okay? This is a Libra card, and the sun does go into Libra on September 23rd. But for some of you, we open the month with you really trying to be fair, trying to live the clean life, trying to see things from all angles, trying to keep balance in your life, and to hold a certain amount of integrity while there's a little bit of madness going on around you. And you're well out, oh my God, Aquarius, I mean, you can do that. There's no fear of you there. You can keep your integrity, you can keep your dignity, you can hold your sense of value. Hold your sense of values when it looks like other people are just losing their morals, or losing their dignity, or losing their good name. Hold your ground, keep doing it, baby, keep going. It's all, there's a plan, it's all happening. Remember to stay in your dignity. Beside that is the card of the Cancerian. So we have Libra and Cancer here. Could be making an effect in your life, either positively or negatively. But either way, stay calm. Know that justice is on your side. She's still on your side. Still on your side. So know that that's still working for you. If there is a legal issue or a legal matter, you might see as we go in through the start of September, that being finalized, finished off, rounded off. If you do need to dig deep, go into legal documents or get legal advice or something like that, this is a great time at the start of the month to really kick that off, and it will pay off for you, baby. And beside that is the card of moving with force. You see, your energy will come back again this month. You're moving now, moving with some legal matter, or getting certainly more determined to hold your ground, hold your morals, hold your good name, hold it together and move with it. Seems that there's great energy and force in you being like her, holding the moral high ground. This is the card of being propelled, of being pushed forward, of going for it, moving with a great sense of energy and enthusiasm. So, yeah, keep your dignity and keep running with it. On a very, very super literal meaning of these cards, some of you could be dealing with a legal issue concerning a vehicle, a car, bike, something like that, and know that that will get resolved. Or a legal issue to do with some matter where you deal with public service, handling the public in some way. that for those of you involved in some legal thing there, you might see that it works out to your advantage this month. Now again, holding the higher moral ground, standing beside the card of Aquarius. Whole top row, one message. Keep doing it. Keep defending yourself. Don't lose heart. Don't lose the wind in your sails, baby. You're defending yourself and you're doing a great job. And know that this is what Aquarius now needs to do for the month of September. And battle off anybody who challenges you. Feel strong and empowered because your confidence is coming back this month too, Aquarius. You're feeling more confident to hold up that baton and say, stay away from me, back off. They're all coming at you with their batons and you're saying, look, don't throw your batons at me, bitch. I am the big cheerleader here. I can swing that bigger than you. So it's a case of making sure people know that they can't tread on you, to say there's a line here, back off, back off, back off. This is also meaning that you're very prepared now to defend your future, to defend your dreams, desires and wishes, to defend the creative things that you're doing. Aquarius, I just get the idea that you could now be focused on doing something very deep and meaningful creatively, going deeper into the study of photography, into the study of music, into the study of the healing arts, into the study of astrology, into the study of something that is not superficial in any way. And you're defending yourself against the naysayers who say, you can't make money off that, that's just a stupid pie in the sky kind of dream. Defend, defend, defend. Yeah, if people are coming at you saying, what are you doing? Why aren't you making money? What are you doing? Why aren't you doing this? Why are you not like everybody else? And you say, hello, I'm Aquarius. Have I ever been like everybody else? No. So why is it so different now? I have things that I want to work towards, dreams. I have a vision of where I want to be in the future. I've places that are now just like a big picture in my mind where I see myself in the future. And I'm going to defend that no matter how ridiculous you think that is. I'm going for it. And baby, dreams become reality down the line. They do. They do. Often when I see cards like this, I say, and don't forget to be a bit practical. It's one thing to have dreams, but do try to be practical. I'm not getting that energy at all here. In fact, I think that one of the biggest issues for you, Aquarius, is that you've got too locked in the past in trying to be practical. You have that quality. You are responsible. You have the ability to be practical, but if you don't channel some of that forward-thinking, futuristic, innovative energy somehow, baby, it'll kill you. Really, it'll hurt you deep in your soul. So allow this magic, again, magic, future thinking. Allow the magic to be like a projection. It's like swinging a lasso, throwing it into your future, letting it catch, and you pulling yourself towards that strange analogy. I don't know where that came from, but that's the vibe. And don't let anybody knock you for doing that. It's none of their business. None of their business. Now, here we have a Taurus card. We're getting quite big cards here, actually, Aquarius. I just noticed that now. Lots of major arcana, which symbolize that there are lots of big turning points happening for you. When we see major arcana, it is when we hit a crossroads where we can go any direction, but this is like a highway, major junction. And there are many roads, potential roads to take. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 big junctions ahead. So this is why perhaps you need to defend what you're doing, because this is a moment where decision making has to happen, and not to allow anybody else, because that has been the problem. Other people, other situations, economical situations have all driven your vehicle, you know, driven where you're going. Now is the opportunity where there are 6 clear changes this month where you get in the driver's seat, you've got the steering wheel, you're putting the pedal to the metal, and you're making the decision what road to go down and to trust it. Whatever your decisions are this month, baby, you do it with a great sense of optimism and self-belief. Big. So the Taurus energy, perhaps a Taurus. So far we've got Libra, Cancer, Aquarius, now Taurus. Again, all these people making big changes in your life. They're catalysts for change. But one of the big catalysts for change is the energy of the Hierophant, is to solidify things, make things crystallized. And sometimes trying to make something solid in your life this month or in this period, Aquarius, feels like a burden. It feels like you having to carry such a heavy load. Now you're prepared to do it, you have responsibilities, you know what needs to be done, you're not going to shirk. But at the same time, it's the people who say, you should, thou shalt, you must. And you're saying, fucking hell, look at this. This is just a load on my back. Get off my back. Yeah, get off my back. I'm prepared to carry the things that I need to do, to carry my responsibilities, but I do not need somebody trying to say, you know, you must carry this load. You're saying, I don't have to do anything. I actually don't have to do anything. The things I do now are because I want to do them, not because some bitch told me I have to do them, you know. Now, here we are. Big, big, big. The Scorpio card, September 9th, Venus going into Scorpio beside the Hanged Man. Death rides in on a pale horse. And I want you to show you something here. This, if you see what death is doing, remember, death, don't be scared of this. This is deep transformation. And it's transformation that needs to happen. He's the bulldozer that comes in to clear the derelict buildings. He is what we need. We need this to happen when the structures ought to come down. And the first person, if you see that he's trampling upon, is who other than, ta-da, the Hierophant. Can you see that? Yes, he's getting his horse to just trample all over that shit. Because he's saying, it doesn't work, the fixed structures, the dogmatic points of view, the structure, the matrix, it doesn't work. It doesn't work for me anymore, and I'm just going to ride over that to make a clear path to start again. And I realize this might leave me hanging myself out to dry a bit, and I'm prepared to accept that. Sure, I'll be left exposed. Sure, maybe money won't be so great for a while. Sure, I feel vulnerable. So what? I mean, that's what this process is all about. I'm prepared to let this transformation happen so I can see things from a whole new angle. As I say to some people, if you watch the symbolism of this card, for those of you who understand symbols, the shape of the Hanged Man is in a Jupiterian symbol. And Jupiter is expansion. Oh, okay, look at this. On the 12th of September, Jupiter is sextile Pluto, the 10th house and the 12th house. Your career, and saying goodbye to your career perhaps. Or saying goodbye to something that you do out in the public, being outside, being the face of something. You're saying goodbye to it, and people are saying, are you crazy? Are you crazy? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? And the answer is because it has to be done. It's what's needed. I have to let some things go. I have to let it go. And I'm not a fool for doing it. In fact, Jupiter expands his mind, expands his wisdom. The more vulnerable he becomes, the more exposed he is. Hanging from the lineage tree, the tree of wisdom, the tree of knowledge, the sacred tree, hanging from there in an uncomfortable position, He learns all that needs to be learned. So that's happening here too. Some of you, again, let's see, around towards the end of the month, from the 23rd onwards, some of you could be going back to some sort of formal education or informal. Okay, you're turning away on something that's formal, but yet you want to be educated. So maybe there's an unusual teacher that you find, somebody who is a master at something you're very interested in, and they could be a little bit eccentric, they could be a little bit of an unusual character, they could be somebody that a lot of people don't have a lot of faith in or believe in, but yet you sense that they really do know what they're talking about, and you're prepared to take a chance with something that opens your mind. And as I said that, towards the end of the month, you could have an opportunity where you leave a very steady career with steady money, say goodbye to it. I don't know, why am I doing that? Say goodbye to it and start doing something that's a little bit more radical, maybe an apprenticeship or a course of study with somebody who is a bit out there. For some of you, that could be a great possibility. The Knight of Wands turning his back on money. Yeah, it's the big thing that's happening here this month for you, Aquarius. It's, am I insane for turning my back on a moneymaker? Am I crazy? But yet, this also represents soul purpose. You're saying money or soul, money or soul. Do I sell my soul for a few coins type of thing? This is the big question that really only you can answer. But there is the energy of perhaps the decision at the end of the month gets you quite fired up and gets you quite, I don't know, angry at some point, because you're turning away. You don't want to make that decision, it seems, towards the end of the month. And why not? Because you need more time. You just need more time. It would be wonderful if I could come on here from month to month and pretend that everything is just wrapped up neatly in a little bow. Oh, it's September. This is going to happen, and it's going to start here and start at the end. I mean, it's not a movie where there's a great big happy ending at the end always, or a great big extravagant finale. I mean, but sometimes what we do get to experience is the energy of what comes before the great big finale, let's say. So as we leave the month, you've decided that the decision is so big around some financial situation that you do need time out to think about it, to dig deeper, to get into more details, to get advice, legal advice, to learn more. And you're smart enough, thank God, Aquarius, to know that these big decisions can't really ever be made on a whim. You first have to know what you really need. You see, that's the big question. What do you really need? What does your soul really need? What does it really want? So before you can make any great big decisions, you need that time out at the end of the month to give the space to be quiet, to turn off your phone, to close the door and say, what do I need? What does my soul desire? What decision suits my soul journey more? But by the end of the month, it seems that you do come to some sort of conclusion. This is a bit of a cliffhanger, isn't it? Because I don't get to tell you what the solution is. Maybe in October we find out what that is. But for now, as we leave September, you feel that you're celebrating something. This is Mercury in Cancer card. Cancerians feature, Cancer Sun, Moon or Rising feature in your life at the moment. Very influential for you. And communication with a Cancerian, Sun, Moon or Rising towards the end of the month could really open this out for you. It could really say, let's lay all the situation down on the table, and Cancers are great at, how do you feel about this? What do you need? What nourishes your soul? So communication with a very soulful person might give you cause to celebrate. Now at the very end of the month, the sun is in Libra. So you could be celebrating a Libra birthday with a Libra. You could be celebrating something very nice at the end of the month. So go with that, let the champagne flow and enjoy it. Because I think you need to let your hair down a little bit after the kind of, it's not so as much as that it's very heavy energy, but it's very dramatic energy this month for you. Very intense, very, I must know the answer kind of energy, and I will not stop until I know the truth of a situation, the truth of a person, the truth in a relationship, the truth of what my soul needs. I cannot relax until I know. I suspect Black Moon Lilith has a lot to do with that going on there, but no, by the end, you won't take it all so seriously, and you'll just put your feet up, glass of champagne, and say, what do I know? Let's wait till October. Anyway, cheers to you with my little imaginary glass of champagne, celebrating with you, my gorgeous cling. And if this is the first time that you've seen my videos, do subscribe and join me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, on She Bear Tarot. And do come back next month to see if we have the episode 2, the final conclusion of these great deeper mysteries. It's like a Hitchcock thing, or like Agatha Christie. How does it end? But yeah, in the meantime, don't get too stressed out by any of this, and remember, have fun. This is quite magnetic energy that you're in too. Some of you might be really, with Mercury there in the 8th house, having a lot of fun and pleasure with hot texts, hot messages, hot communication. Very, very, very nice energy for some of you. And maybe some of you in a relationship, it could be nice for you to rekindle an existing relationship by, you know, not love messages or love notes, which is beautiful, but maybe something a bit cheekier than just I love you. Maybe write something that's a bit more daring than that and see what happens. My gorgeous, I'm going to leave it at that. Until next month, my beautiful, I will leave you with a big kiss. Mwah! And all my love. Until then, bye.